Greetings, Stalkers, and welcome back to the Grymm Mansion. My name is Abominathan, your... I forgot my thing. What?
You're supposed to get a brain transplant now.
Fuck. Wait, what?
Are we expecting visitors?
Uh,
Ross, go open up.
I think everyone's here, right?
Oh no, have we been, is there information leaked?
Sires, it appears that there's a clown at the door.
What do you mean?
A clown. We're not even doing the Pennywise episode. We've already done that one.
He seems to be wearing the same colors as you.
It's okay. You know what? I would say invite him in.
You don't mean...
Yeah, it's hey, sometimes we take in visitors, right?
Considering what we're talking about tonight... Yes, okay, I see. It is him. Okay, we need to get up. We need to properly greet this gentleman.
I know
Welcome.
this is... Yeah, welcome. Take a seat. There's a...
Everyone, this is Art the Clown.
Right.
What can we offer him?
Yeah, like, Thralls, give him some,
You like spam?
give him a drink.
I was not expecting this. I did not summon him.
Neither did I. I'm not entirely sure, but hey, we have to run with this.
All right.
Otherwise he's gonna do, you know the kind of stuff he does. Anyway, we're talking about, of course, TERRIFIER. The candles are lit, the circles have been closed, and the words of power have been recited.
After much trouble.
Let us begin tonight's gathering. Tonight is TERRIFIER, featuring Art the Clown, who is with us tonight. I don't know what the reason is why you're here. I'm not entirely sure who invited you. But you're the kind of person who just randomly shows up in people's homes.
I'm not sure person is the right word. Doesn't seem to like the word person.
Okay, sorry. The entity? Okay, yeah. So, I was wondering if you would like to answer some questions about the movie that you star in. Because it's not every night that we have the displeasure of interviewing one of the or we should say the star of the movie we're talking about. I know that you are not necessarily the most talkative entity out here. Maybe we should give you some
Can you write anything aside from your name? No? Okay,
oh, damn it.
Right.
Could you use Morse code? Do you know?
What? Who uses Morse code?
I use Morse code. You don't use Morse
You're
code?
a nerd.
Hey, I've lived for hundreds of years. What are you talking about? I've mentioned the size of my brain, all right? I think I've mentioned
the one that you replaced last week? Last month?
Excuse me. I don't replace my brain. I replace parts of my brain. But my brain is my brain. You know, it's not like, okay, it's not like I don't want to do a Ship of Theseus analysis right now.
It's okay. We're not in for that. We're going to lose our guest.
Okay, Art. So no, actually, first,
what's with all this scat?
I'm sorry. That's a good question.
Let's wait. Let's wait until Let's talk a bit about the movie. Let us
yeah,
not
let's first let's not ignore the rest of the stalkers that are watching and listening and all that. So for those who don't know, Terrifier is a movie about the events of the Miles County Massacre. The movie itself isn't that complicated. It's just a murder fest, ultimately. But it is very
obviously he loves it. It seems.
I mean, hey, to each his own.
The thralls are free game. Do not touch the cat.
We have an intro of a lady that's being interviewed, kind of like how we are interviewing you right now. This has been a survivor of this massacre, and this lady is her face is completely ruined. It's weird because she even her voice is weird and twisted. Maybe she's been turned in some way. Maybe she's becoming a stalker as well.
Yeah, you really did a number on her, didn't you, Art? Having a little bit more knowledge outside from this movie, we do understand some things, but let's keep that aside from now. Her face is completely disfigured, as Nathan was just saying, and by the end of it, before even the credits do roll off, this is playing on an old static TV, and we see someone who eventually is revealed to be our friend over here, stomps the TV or breaks it in some fashion or another.
Yeah, it's getting his Christmas presents, or should I say, his anti-Christmas presents.
His Halloween goodies bag, getting prepped for the night. And while this is happening during the credits, just after that, a scene of the same interviewer, she's talking on the phone with someone about the interviewee and how disfigured she is, how scary it all was, because she thought she was going to be attacked, and on live TV.
Honestly, how disrespectful of her.
Yeah, it really was.
Yeah,
especially because the victim was just within earshot.
Oh yeah, she was waiting to jump her and make her reap what she sown.
Sown, yeah.
Sown. There we go. Never used that expression in that time in that verbal whatever words you get them words you get them. But yeah, she completely defaces her face, and we cut to these two
girls,
drunken ladies who are on the streets. They've been probably doing the things that drunken ladies do in the night, I guess.
These girls were at a party. They were having fun, and it was a Halloween party, so they got a little bit too much to drink. They get to their car.
I really like their outfits, by the way. I don't know if you noticed. One has I think the I don't remember her name. The brunette one has a suit that's like a skeleton or something. It's interesting. Anyway, go on.
Tara.
Yes, Tara, exactly.
The other one is Dawn. D. Yeah. Artie is confirming that. Thank you. They are deciding which one should drive, since they're both a bit drunk, when they're spotted by the star of the show. Yes, that's you, Artie. While Tara is obviously frightened by the character, Dawn, who appears to be a bit more wasted, or less sober, I should say, tries to taunt Artie by asking for his number, saying that her friend really wants to meet him, yada yada.
I'm wondering what was going through your head, Art, when just two random drunken girls start talking to you like that. Was that a provocation towards you, or did you enjoy that?
Interesting.
Probably should just say like a yes or no question.
The way you work a victim, let me tell you, is fascinating to watch. But we'll get to it in a minute. They decide to get some food, pizza place, whatever. And while they're eating, Art joins them, and Dee keeps taunting him. They even she sits on your lap and takes a picture with you, a selfie, boops your nose and everything like that.
Art doesn't seem very amused by this.
Oh, his eyes are on Tara, not on Dee.
True, this is more of a distraction to him, perhaps.
You even get a little those ball machines, and you get a ring for her. That was very cute. Let me tell you.
It's the oh man, my brain.
Capsule.
Right. No, I was gonna say like it's the thing you use to fish. It's like it's the bait. There we go. It's the bait before you reel her in. Of course. Then for whatever reason I'm sorry if I am being a little cold on this, but you decide to go into the bathroom and write and shit all over it and write your name with shit on the wall. And I mean, to each his own, I guess, but it does seem a little random. Like, why here of all places? Like, is that kind of like like does it? I don't know. I'm overanalyzing probably. It's just it's a quirk. It's fine. It's fine.
You think it's funny, right? It's hilarious. Yeah, of course, it's hilarious.
Please don't do that on our bathroom.
Please.
The thralls, they're gonna want a raise after that, and I do not want to do that. Right. So these two girls, they leave the pizza place. Two guys that are working on the pizza place. One of them goes on, discovers the shit on the wall.
They watch him get kicked out.
Yeah. I think that was an overreaction by his part.
I mean, it really wasn't. It really wasn't.
Fine. I mean,
but
fine. If I put myself in the shoes of the
on his yeah, exactly.
But then what you do after, I think, does set the case, because it's just somebody who doesn't appreciate
a good art.
Shit art really shouldn't have their head attached to their shoulders, and you do that rightly. You decapitate him and make a jack-o'-lantern out of his head. That was impressive. I don't know how you did that so quickly.
Right, and he also got to slash these tires.
I mean, somebody slashed the tires. We then learn it's him, but at this time, at this point in the movie, we can only speculate. While he is literally, I thought you were going to say he was slashing the other guy who witnessed the jack-o'-lantern from the head of.
I'm saying he got to kill both of them, and still had time to slash Dawn's tires.
Right. Yeah, so now they have to wait for because now Tara has to call her sister to come pick them up because their car has a tire slashed. Meanwhile, Tara enters this building, so asks for the janitor of this building, who's just randomly out for a smoke in the middle of the night, if she can go to a bathroom.
Yeah,
which I find kind of. I mean, I guess I don't. Why doesn't she just go to the?
She's a shy. Sorry, what?
Because they were at a pizza place. Why don't?
It's probably closed already at this point because they've been waiting in the car for some time now.
That's true. Yeah, so she has to go to so she goes into this weird, creepy looking building. I don't even know what this I think it's just like
it's a housing complex. It's been it's been emptied out because it's going to be bug bombed, as he says.
Right.
Fumigated.
That's it. Meanwhile, there is a very interesting scene. I actually really enjoy this. Right, so while Tara is out, Dee is waiting in the car, listening to the radio, and the radio talks about the murder that just happened in the pizza place that they just got out of.
Oh, shit.
She sees a police car whizzing past her.
In direction of the pizza place, it seems.
Yes. And then someone enters the car, and
you're not
this
going
makes
to
a lot of
believe this.
Right, and this makes a lot of sense. Like, Dee is focused on the radio. She's not looking at whoever, and she assumes that it was Tara because, Tara just went out. And so somebody opens the car door and enters, and she's like, well, you're not going to believe this. And then she looks, and it's Art that just entered the car.
Very good bait and switch, I must admit.
Right, I love those are great trickster skills, let me tell you. The tenacity and the ability, or maybe it was just luck. I don't know if it was luck. I don't know if it was premeditated, but the idea that you just read her so well, and it's just it's funny, it's witty, it worked.
It's scary.
Really well. Unfortunately, I'd say this is probably my favorite part of the movie. I think things get a little less.
Things get a little less funny for the viewer, definitely.
Yeah.
Tara inside of the building, she finds a person living in there that shouldn't be. It's a typical crazy cat lady, like very much the trope of she has a doll.
I wouldn't say
acting as a baby.
Right, I wouldn't say cat lady. I would say this is beyond that. This is somebody who's on the fringes of society. That's what I meant. Like somebody who's a little detached from social life.
She's completely detached from reality.
Yes, detached from reality and all that. I do enjoy the fashion of and the maybe she is trying to become a stalker as well. I don't know.
I think we can use the word outcast, downtrodden.
Okay, there we go.
She's living in the garage with
yes.
a bunch of supplies, a baby, like a doll that she treats like her baby, that she speaks to. And she asks,
it's kind of a weird choice to have this character here. It functions as sort of a plot device, I guess.
Mm-hmm. For a little while. Mm-hmm. She asks Tara if she's the new tenant, if she's going to stay around for a long time, whatever she's going to do. Tara's trying to find her way out while Art is trying to catch her to bring her to some sort of show. Right? It's you want to put her in a show for Tara and you want to bring her in. As Victoria, Tara's sister, is coming in the car, she also hears those same news about Art being on the loose. She's not really believing that it's real, even though they say it's definitely not a Halloween prank. Tara, Art, they have some fights, they have chases, and when Tara is about to leave the building, she realizes it's already locked down, because, as the guy said, he's bombing this place, and there's no one inside, so he gave her like 10-15 minutes to leave, and after that, he assumed that she was out already.
I actually thought it was Art that had locked the place, but now that you say that, actually makes a lot more sense.
Well, we didn't mention it, but yeah, the guy did say that though the building is unlocked, nobody else can come in, nobody else can come out.
Right, but before Tara is able to get to the janitor, Art grabs her and injects her with some sedative, and she wakes up bound and gagged tied to a chair, and Art does his show. And what a show.
Dee is hanging upside down, naked, tied by her ankles, and Art goes medieval on her.
That's the best way to describe it. I do think this was, I was expecting something a little more inventive, because slicing someone in half, you didn't even slice her the entire way.
It wasn't slicing, it was sawing. There's a huge difference. She suffered.
Yes. Yes, you can see some.
And again, I can't. I'm gonna save it for analysis.
Yeah. We have a lot of things to say about this, I think, and other things. But right now we're just trying to get through the scenes. So Tara has to watch this, unable to release herself. I mean, she does. Eventually, she's able to. I don't remember how, but she's able to actually untie herself. And we have another fight between her and Art. And actually, she kind of gets the best of you a little bit, doesn't she?
Yeah, she stabs you a little bit. A little bit.
Just a little bit.
I'm going to say it's very inventive the way Medieval doesn't really sell it. Not only the saw, but he made a flail out of scalpels and sharp surgical scissors.
Yeah, but that's later in the movie, I think.
Is it? I'm not really sure.
I think so. I think it's in the last.
Whatever.
He actually no. Well, what is not medieval is what he does next. And this
definitely.
is okay. I do have a lot of strong opinions about this.
Hey, you break some rules, don't you?
Because I believe that stalkers have a certain code of conduct that makes them stalkers and makes them slashers most of the time. Because that's what defines us, what differentiates us from just a regular killer, because a regular human killer kills people in a regular way, such as shooting them with a gun. It seems you're not really fazed by the idea of doing that and killing people by just shooting them. And
it is lazy, Artie. I hope you understand where we're coming from.
I wouldn't. It's
especially for someone like you who really has no need for this kind of stuff.
Right. It seems. I guess. Okay.
It makes for a funny scene in the movie, though.
Mm-hmm. Let's cut some slack, I think, here, because you are, by the way, and people call you a clown everywhere, even though I know you're supposed to be a mime. I mean, that's why you don't talk, right? And typically, mimes and clowns, there's that. I think this movie is falling. Sorry, I'm already going into analysis, but essentially, we have to cut some slacks because clowns are known for doing random things just for fun. And so I guess maybe, shooting someone with a gun is just part of the whole like spectacle part of it, the dark humor. The most insulting thing, and I'm sorry that I have to say it, is that your aim is terrible. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, you took like what? 5 shots? You've essentially needed to unload the entire gun.
Or maybe that was his point. Maybe that was your point. Who knows? Okay, fair enough. Shrug. Okay. I mean,
maybe it was. Okay, I don't know. It's not even the only time you use a gun in the movie, but
yeah. Anyway, Victoria kind of arrives and tries to call her sister. Art does not pick up. He answers with a text saying that Dee's feeling kind of sick, so please come around the back. And while he's doing this, he takes a selfie with Dawn. That was a nice callback.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we have an interaction between the janitor and the crazy lady, right?
Because she witnessed the bodies and tries to call.
She's
the
like,
guy.
he knows that I know he's going to come after me. You have to call the police, whatever. The janitor is being a bit dense.
The exterminator.
And I mean, isn't he kind of a janitor as well?
Well, we're kind of underselling him.
Yes, fine. Calling him exterminator is I think is overselling him. I don't know. While Victoria's basically discovering all the damage that Art's been doing, Art is doing some more damage, and he knocks the guy in the head with a hammer, knocks him down, and then goes. He doesn't necessarily go after the crazy lady because it's we have a very weird scene in which it's not a sewer. It's like I think I called it sewer in my notes, but it's not really like a sewer. It's like a
bowels of the building.
Right. It's like a little bit of a basement thing that has like all the cables and the wires and all that stuff. And
there's one detail that you skipped though. The guy who got knocked out with the hammer, he was making a phone call while all this was happening.
Right. He was calling the other guy to do the extermination, right? No,
he was calling his colleague, boss, whatever, at 3 a.m. in the morning. The guy thought it was very strange for him not to call him and not say anything. So he decided to eventually go check
to come in. Yeah. So there's another character coming in. Yeah, but meanwhile, the lady discovers that her baby's been kidnapped, and she finds Art with the baby in his arms. And I'm not a psychologist, but how did that make you feel? What?
There was a very emotional scene between you and this lady, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, like she was basically like asking if you have
ever felt a mother's touch.
Right. And then she caresses your head and you start suckling your own thumb.
It's good to feel some contact from time to time, isn't it, Art? Even he understands it.
I don't agree, but to each his own, I guess.
Even if it's just pretend.
I don't like I don't like to be touched. My skin starts getting
you shouldn't have told them that.
Oh no, get out. No.
Hope you're not ticklish.
No, I don't think I have sensation anymore.
Anyway, the other guy arrives. He tries to open the doors, finds a key under the rug, which is a very American custom for some reason.
Hey, we do that in Europe as well, right? I mean, okay, maybe not under the rug, maybe like inside of a pot. Anyway,
I've never done it in this house. I hope you're not doing it. Now I'm gonna check every pot for keys.
No, the key. No, the keys. I don't even remember where the keys are. I haven't left this building in a while. You're the one that usually goes out. Anyway,
so Vicky finds Dawn's body, calling her phone, thinking that they're actually joking about this whole thing, and hears the other lady scream, thinking that it's her sister. She decides to try and help her. Art is Hannibal Lectering a...
Yep, that's the best way to describe it.
Yeah, he's wearing the skin of the lady. This lady, like boobs and everything.
No, he what he essentially did, and honestly, I'm kind of sad that you decided to reverse your decision, but for a while you were trans, and I applaud that. I applaud your bravery, Art, manifesting the female within you. But it was short-lived because you went back to as you were saying.
Don't necessarily need to be trans to be in touch with your anima. And he was playing the part of a woman very well, let me tell you.
Yeah, I would say it helps. I mean, I think your let's not discuss this now. This is a very complex topic.
Of course. Vicky hides in the closet, and Art, you see it from a mile away where she's hiding, until Art hears the honks from Mike, the other guy.
Because that's the thing. The building is locked. This is before he found the key. So he's honking the car because he's trying to see if anybody's inside of the building.
Trying to get the other's attention. Yeah. He's about to leave and then finds the key.
And then when he enters, he
finds all this odd
right. He is
until
he is killed in also a very barbaric way. Like you literally just grabbed his head and then started slicing his throat. I gotta say the special effects are pretty interesting.
Yeah, they're all practical.
This is all practical. Yeah, they're all practical effects. So there's props to the team for that.
Vicky decides to make a run for it while all of this is happening. And Art...
We know this. She's the final girl at this point. Even though the other guy, he's crawling because he apparently didn't die from taking a hammer to the head. But he's not a girl, so technically she is the final girl still. And she's going to be because, spoilers, but Art goes after her with... You decided a plastic bag of all things. Even she was smarter than you in that sense, because she was able to just rip through the plastic bag and escape. And this is when you pull out the flail of scalpels, which I think is, as you said, is quite interesting. It seems random. It seems like you sometimes feels like you're rolling a die. Sometimes you roll really well on your creativity aspect. And sometimes it's a little less creative. Anyway, you managed to knock out or to actually kill the guy that I keep calling janitor. You call him exterminator. The bold dude. And so this is the climax of the movie when she is the final girl, actually now the final girl, running away from Art, who is chasing her with all these things. And she manages to get inside of I think it's this kind of container. Oh right, with a tank. True. And then he smashes with his heel.
Right, Craig caves his head in.
Yeah. So because she breaks the lock with a hammer, and then she stabs him in the eye.
Yes.
And she managed to get into like I don't know what it is, a container, like a garage or something. And she's just hanging out there, just waiting for the police to arrive. But before the police arrives, Art, you decide to pick up one of the trucks and drive straight into the doors and knock her out in the process. It was lucky that she didn't actually die from there, but it's kind of, we don't know that yet. You've been listening to the music from the truck when the police arrives, and they find you doing some weird things to Victoria. Like you were doing something to her face, but before you did that, you whispered something in her ear, which is weird because you're not supposed to talk. Like, does that count as talking? Like, can mimes whisper? Is that like a thing that? Is that not against the rule? I don't know.
Don't remember.
I don't know. We don't actually hear it. Like I think we see his lips move, but we don't actually hear anything. I don't know. Yeah, the police arrives and you decide to do the whole pull out the trick one last time, and you take out a gun from your shoe and shoot yourself. And then
the police realize that Vicky's still alive. They take everyone back, the dead bodies that they find around the building, to a morgue. And while the head coroner is inspecting these bodies, one of the first ones that he takes a look at is Art, who, as his bag is open, you're already looking at the doctor, smiling like a damn maniac. which he must have turned soil dispense brown immediately. There's like a sort of EMP event. The lights start flickering and everything starts going haywire. I think even the radio says something like, very ominous. And as everything comes back to normal, Art just springs back to life and takes the doctors.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Yeah, and then we have a kind of an epilogue, which is revealed to actually be a prologue, because all of this was happening before the intro scene. So Victoria is the lady from the beginning with her face completely messed up and talking in that weird way.
She becomes a very important character in your life, does she not already? Yeah, onto analysis.
I think this is when we have some questions for you, Art. First off, I don't know if this is something that other people mentioned, but if you were supposed to be a mime, and I'm not a mime expert, but I believe that mimes are supposed to do a lot of things with like invisible things. That's kind of their thing. They're known for like climbing invisible stairs, smashing into invisible walls, and you don't do any of that. I feel like that's kind of a wasted opportunity, because like you have all of these toys, but they are physical objects. Like if you like, I think the movie would be more interesting if it was all invisible. Like if you were killing people with like invisible, I don't know. Okay,
perhaps people wouldn't take it very serious.
Right. Maybe that wouldn't be as scary, because this is a horror movie after all.
Regardless, it is more than obvious that you pay many homages to the ones that came before you. And I would like to commend that, to be able to bring the things of old and breathe a fresh life into them is something that is deeply appreciated by Nathan and I. But to speak about the movie itself, I honestly think that the movie doesn't have a lot of juice, okay? The story is extremely simple, that there's not a lot of things going on. It's scene kills. The story...
It's a gore fest.
Yeah, it is not existent. And it's something that the director takes into account for the future. And I know that you have one coming out this year. I have seen some pictures of you dressed as Santa. And I want to say that there's a chance I might enjoy Christmas again because of you. No, obviously, I mean Christmas. But the movie suffers from a lot of things because of it. Not only just the narrative, but the acting is... I mean, it's not jarring, but it isn't going to win any awards or accolades or anything.
Right.
While we can praise, as Nathan said before, the practical effects and their use, there are problems in the way that the story is structured. In my opinion, the movie hits its climax by the midpoint of the movie.
I don't even know if there's like a climax. It feels, because like, okay, yeah, we have like the worst scene.
Mm-hmm. I guess the most impactful
of the horror.
Yeah,
the peak of the horror is like in the first third, at the end of the first third, I guess the first act maybe, and then after that it's just like people escaping, people being chased by Art, people being killed. It gets kind of samey after the midpoint, and it's ultimately just the only question that's in your mind is like, who's gonna survive, if anyone's gonna survive. That's basically it. And okay, a lot of horror movies are also like that, but there's typically other things. There's some twists, there's some, as you said, some juice that just isn't here.
Yeah, it is mostly a set piece to introduce you to a larger audience, essentially.
And to show off the effects as well.
Yeah, of course, to show off all this prowess,
flesh, and
It suffers a lot from what it tries to be and doesn't focus on what it could be. It is clearly to, as you say, to show off all the prowess of the special effects department of this group that made the movie. And I can say it's a good movie, although I enjoy it. It is clearly one of those bad movies that I'm going to love.
Yeah, the thing with this movie is, as you said, it's like, it's not a... I feel like it could be so much more. And I know that in the second one they do a lot more things. Maybe they do too much. I think you said they overcorrected.
Yeah.
Like what I mean is, I feel like there's a lot of potential here.
Definitely.
And that's the thing. They didn't. I feel like they didn't really kind of
Fully explore it. Yeah, I agree with you.
and the concept of a
It is a more modern Michael Myers.
yes, but even the characters within the movie, they seem confused by the nature of this clown slash mime, because they constantly call him a clown, and I personally think it's a mime because
Is it mental? Why are you being so pedantic right now?
because we've seen a lot of clowns before in like horror. We've seen Pennywise, we've seen other ones. But mimes aren't really a thing that we see in horror movies, and I feel like it was kind of a missed opportunity to not like go more into that, like deeper into that, explore that part of the, because mimes.
You wanted the killer to be built around the concept of a mime and not just have a mime skin.
Yes, exactly. Like I wanted to see basically someone being slashed by an invisible saw instead of a real saw.
Aren't there? I think there's a couple of DC villains who have that power. They have invisible guns, they have invisible thread wires and shit like that.
Possibly. But yeah, I think that would have been more interesting personally. I don't know. It's mostly an opinion thing. But yeah.
Speaking of Artie, where is he? I blinked for a second and I missed him.
Check all the rooms.
The cat. Oh no, the cat!
Oh shoot, the cat's not here. Uh-oh.
We got the cat!
Oh no.
I think he left.
I think he just came here for the cat. I think he wasn't even answering any of our questions. Like, anyway.
But that pisses me off. I can't do this anymore. I'm out.
Man, a dude tries to be a good Samaritan.
Can't have shit.
Yeah, I think we should, Eldritch, we should just change the location again, right? I know we moved like last week.
Definitely, we do that.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
What was the damn ritual?
Yeah. I mean, before we have to do the rating though.
0.
What would you rate? 0?
Starting.
Okay, 0, 0, just 0. There we go. 0.5. Anyway, I'm so sorry about that. But yes, that's it. Candles are out. Circles have been closed. And we will let silence reign again. The Grymm Mansion is closing its gates. And also moving, apparently. Have a horrible night. Until we meet again.